Welcome to the Cosmic Journey. I am Theron. I'm your cosmic weirdo. I am an astrologer, so I use the planets and the stars to bring self awareness to individuals who like to change and become unstuck in life. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you stay and be a part of our community. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Thank you for hanging with me, and yeah, I'm happy to see you here. So I do ask that you all interact with this video by liking, comment, sharing, and subscribing for sure. This will help other people be able to hear this information and see, get this out to people who may need it and want to know this information. Okay. So, right now, we're about to start a series called The Planets Through the Houses. We're going to discuss the characteristics of these planets as they move through the houses of the natural natal chart. So, let's get to it. So, now we're going to take a cosmic journey through the 10th house. All right. 10th house is the house of career, house of reputation, house of your social status, how people see you. It could be the house of maybe the dominating masculine energy. They may have some influence here in the 10th house. If you're looking at your natal chart, the 10th house will usually, more than likely be where you'll see MC, which is your midhaven. It is the brightest part of your chart. So in correlation to what I mean, like it's the 12 noon, high noon portion of your chart. It's where you are most seen and most watched in your chart. Where when we were talking about fourth house, that is like your midnight hour. That's when you're not seen. This is when you're by yourself. No one sees what you're going through. No one sees what you've, things that you hold in. But now we're in the 10th house. So like this is what you put on display for the external world to see and to judge, pretty frankly. But there is a sense of a social climb that's here, and that may mean like wanting to be known as something in this lifetime. Like you want to be known as the CEO of a business. You want to be known as a parent. Like you want to be known as a mother or known as a father. Because you want to be known. You want the reputation of this person. I'm married or I'm single. You want to be known for it. So that's here in the 10th house. People's purpose can be identified in the 10th house, meaning like what is it that they're here to accomplish publicly, can be here in the 10th house. So let's take the ride through the planets. Let's take the ride through with these planets going through the 10th house. The sun being here in the 10th house, this person works hard to show themselves worthy. They can definitely be the owner of a business. They can be a manager of the business. They like to be in that situation where they in that position in their wherever they work or whatever they are a part of, publicly a part of. They would like to be in a dominating role. They would like to be a center of attention. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want people to know who they are. Not shy at all. And it depends on the sign that's here. But for the most part, they're going to take the social climb. So even if this is a company, they start at a entry level, they're going to put in the effort to take the steps to, a year from now, be a supervisor. A year from now, be an exec. They have those goals to set out because again, they want to show themselves worthy. They want the public to know that they are good at what they do, whatever it is. Um, and yeah, so they're going to look at goals. They're going to calculate their moves. They're going to take risks. But they're gonna do it in a way of making that climb to be seen, to have that a worthy reputation, and yeah, to be seen, to be heard, to have that worthy reputation there. Um, Absolutely, they may it depending on how what sign is here, and definitely how much they can obsess for that higher role or that title that they're going for. They may have to watch some of their decisions ethically or their integrity that's here in the 10th house as well. Moon being in the 10th house, someone can internalize what they feel that the people see in them. So there may be a automatic insecurity about what people think about them publicly and what they may say about them publicly. They internalize a lot of that. They may not be so vocal to, they may not be so vocal as to what it is that they want to achieve and what it is that they want the world to know about them. But they do get concerned about what the world may know about them. They can be in a caregiving position or a career in life where they are looking out and nurturing other people. So that they can be nurses, they can be any type of caregiving profession. They could definitely be here, and they can be known for that as well. If that's what they choose, to be known as a nurse or to be known as that care professional, that can be here as well. Then there is a need to work hard. There's just this internal drive to work hard. They're probably going to take their integrity pretty seriously. If they don't, then there can be a lot of secrets here where they may have done things that they don't want anybody to know to get to the level that they're looking to get to. Because they want the climb, they're just not going to be so open about it. Again, integrity could be called into question, but just because you don't do everything out in the open doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something sneaky either. So just to put that out there. But definitely everything that they go to accomplish, they're not necessarily going to broadcast it. I guess that's where you can look at it. They're going to internalize it. They're going to use their intuition, like any type of subconscious abilities that they have, like intuition, their some psychic abilities, whatever they have here that their empathy, they can sense what's going on, will help them navigate how they need to move to accomplish the goals that they're set out to accomplish here in this house. Venus in the 10th house. Venus has charisma and it has magnetism. So Venus is going to make friends with people in high places. And that's going to help them get to the level that they want to get to in the social status, the social world. They like to rub elbows with those who can help them get into places that they need to get into. Their status per se could be because they have relationships with people with higher status. So like their status and their identity out in the world could be associated with the fact that they can be a celebrity just because they know a lot of celebrities and they're able to go into the parties of the celebrities and and like I said, rub elbows and hobnob with them. They love that stuff. But it also can be like what they're known for, what their reputation is out in the world, out there in the real world. In businesses, they're seen, like I said, they're charismatic, they're magnetic. They pull in and attract um, the people that they need to also help them obtain their goals. Um, they know their worth. If they're healthy and aligned, they will know their worth. And with that being the case, regardless of how charismatic they come off, at the end of the day, they're going to ask for what they're worth. They're not going to. They also need that financial security, so they're not going to just allow a lot of their work to go unpaid. If you understand what I'm saying, um, they are. They will go after that promotion, and they use their relationships in an organization to help them with getting those promotions and finding different, scaling up in that business wherever they're in. With that being said, they can be in a sales position possibly where they go out and like build the relationship and develop prospects and to bring in income and commissions and what have you. Yeah. Jupiter being in the 10th house, this is someone who is probably an expert in the field that they're in. They're like the guru. They're known as the guru. That's part of their social identity as this person that you go to for anything, whatever the whatever the job of choice. I mean, it could be a mechanic, in the area that they live in. They're known for the mechanic. Like people are lining up for them to fix their cars. It can be anything that this person has shown where they have put in the time, the effort, and the understanding, and they've had great success with that, and the word has gotten around. And so they have people looking for them to do whatever talent it is that they have. Yeah. Mercury being in the 10th house, this person will seek careers and anything that's dealing with career or the purpose of their life. They look for the thing that is most intellectually challenging. It's going to keep their attention. It brings up new revelations, new ideas, because if they don't get that mental part of them stimulated or continuously challenged and feeling like there's the newness of information coming to them, they can actually leave what they're doing in search of that feeling somewhere else. So this person could definitely jump careers. They probably are known for not keeping a job long. They kind of can jump from here and there. If they, depending on the sign, and if they are more, let's say, level-headed, if you will, this person can be like a journalist, being known for their writings, known for speaking. Because of their intellect, they can scale a corporate ladder pretty quickly because people can see their intelligence and they can probably sense their restlessness. So chances are they also, if they don't leave a job, they may, like I said, scale and try to find different positions within a job just so they can still keep that interest in what they do. Like I said, otherwise they're gone. They're gone. So if their management or something notices that, they might put them in different roles where they're able to like keep them intellectually motivated. They may be the person who puts out the communication. They may be like almost like the journalist of their career could be a journalist, but they can also be like in a role of keeping your ear to the ground in wherever they're working at and being able to communicate back to powers that be with information. but they kind of like that in a sense because, like I said, it's new. It keeps it is a little taboo. It keeps them excited and it keeps them engaged. But again, like I said, a journalist could definitely be here. There's someone that writes for newspapers or blogs. Um, yeah, I can see definitely, and they're known for that. They have a reputation as being that person. Um, yeah. Mars being in the 10th house brings intense competitive edge. Mind you, the 10th house likes to climb, like social status, it likes to climb the ladder, it likes to already have that reputation of being worthy out in the real world. You place Mars there, it intensifies that ambition, that drive, that fire up under them to get it done. Um, with that being said, this person again can be competitive. There can be like a cutthroat um, mentality about them. So they have to watch like their integrity, making sure that, yeah, it's okay to have the drive and ambition, but to don't allow that to like take over to the point that you don't care who you burn and hurt on your way up that ladder. There could be a possibility of a conflict between or a competition between the masculine energy of the parenting or the caregiver and the child. Or like the father and child could have a competitive edge against one another. Or yeah, competitive with one another. And if it's not a father, it could be that more domineering masculine energy that was a caregiver, you know, as you were growing up. And that competitiveness was something that was probably seen and known by other people in the like that in your surroundings. Like it's not something that no one else would have known. Like if you were to bring up a story how you and your father or that masculine energy had these issues, more than likely someone around in that area would be like, yeah, I remember that, so it's just that outwardly competitiveness, and which may have caused the strain with the relationship there. So yeah, Saturn lives in the 10th house. This is where it naturally lives. One of the houses that it naturally lives in. This would be the natural house of Capricorn. So Saturn is serious about working hard, achieving goals, climbing that corporate ladder. You know that the Capricorn is known with the mountain, is associated with the mountain goat, and the mountain goat climbs the mountain effortlessly, and it's a natural thing that they do. So Saturn here in the 10th house, it activates that. I mean, it will. That you're going to naturally want to be like in climb that ladder. So your goal may be to manage ownership. You know that ambition to know people in the right places. Depending on the sign that's here and how it's aspected. You can be very authoritative if you are managing or managing other people, whether you're own the company or not. Very authoritative, very serious about it. Not necessarily one that likes people to not take their job serious, because what they do rides on your reputation. So if they're making a mess of something and it reflects badly on you, it's not going to be good for them. So therefore, you can be very serious, a hard nose when it comes to work and business and just your reputation in general. You don't necessarily play with any of those things because you feel like those things are what brings success. Those things, yeah, are your pathway to success. And if you're not serious about them, people won't take you serious and you won't be able to achieve your goals. So when you look at the planet Uranus in the 10th house, This placement, whoever this person is, will need a company or a business that allows them freedom to think, freedom to process, and to innovate. If they are in a position or in a company that micromanages them or just pretty much restricted on, yeah, have any type of restrictions placed on them and they feel kind of confined, this person turns into the disruptor or the rebellion in the business, in the company that they work for. They need that freedom, like I said, to innovate, to think outside the box, to brainstorm. They need that elbow room to do that. They're not going to take too well with a lot of restrictions and guidelines and things that they have to like keep themselves confined in. They're going to break out of it by either, like I said, disrupting things or just being outright rebellious to them. Also, like some of the careers that someone with Uranus in this placement might be attracted to is some sort of engineering, aviation, technology. They're drawn to those things that they're drawn to those things that can help the collective. That the collective will be able to use, to enjoy, to use and enjoy. But they need their space to be an individual in order to create that. They may come and put together humanitarian goals or humanitarian initiatives. Being here with with Uranus in the 10th house, so like these people can be like spearheading like humanitarian efforts domestically or abroad, with wherever their interests lie. However, they also have like I said it already, they have a need of being free. So even if they are not micromanaged, but if there comes a point where they've been somewhere for too long, they may have an itch to leave and an itch to go into something else where they can they can think outside the box again and think of some ways to innovate and just from a new perspective, a different perspective, because they don't like to, if the job becomes a comfort for them and they feel the complacentness of the job or the career, that there will give them that itch, like, I need something new. This isn't doing it for me anymore. I need something new. This is becoming more of a confinement space than it ever has been before. And I need somewhere that I can feel free. And yeah, so it wouldn't be uncommon if a person here has multiple careers in life, which, is about their freedom and their individuality. So Pluto in the 10th house can be a person who is driven by power, not just social status, and they're not going to really care about their reputation as much. They want the power. If they are power driven, they have to be careful with their integrity, possible scandals that could come about, in their pursuit for that power that they're looking for. On the other hand, if they're not power driven and they still have the ambition to be successful, but they could work in the mental profession. They can be psychologists, psychotherapists. I don't know why mental profession sounds funny to me. And so, psychotherapy, psychologists, they could work with other people's money. They can be investment bankers, where they help transform. Like they can be helped people transform in different aspects of their life, depending on what their interest is. So, banker, if they are an industrial banker, then chances are they're like in it to help people get rich. So they may be a person who more of a financial planner that will help people transform out of poverty into a a better way of life and leveling up. So that might be like their focus. If it is in mental health, I think that's what I want to say. If it is in mental health, it's a transformational, type of topics that they gravitate towards, where that person is taken out of one way of thinking and actually transformed into a new and a better way of processing and thinking as well. So yeah, it's a sex therapist can also be here. Someone who helps people with intimacy or known for helping people with intimacy. Yeah, that can all be here with Pluto being placed here in the 10th house. Neptune being in the 10th house. If someone takes on more of the spiritual, artistic characteristics of Neptune, then they may be known and have the reputation for being a healer or being an artist. They would have that, everybody would go, especially the healer, people would go and seek them out. They could be that shaman or that herbalist or just somebody that, just think about how you watch movies and they go to that witch or someone that's in the woods and they have the remedy that the people need to take on, whatever it is they're trying to take on in life. Neptune here, for some reason, I can see that being a person that's here. If they've taken on more of the spiritual characteristics and caregiving characteristics of the 10th house, their reputation would precede them. If they are in corporate America, or yeah, they can again be caregivers, they can be nurses, they can work inside of hospitals, they can work inside of prisons, any type of thing that we would consider like confinement or places. They could definitely work there. They internalize a lot. They have a lot of empathy. And that will show up here in how they relate to people. How people think of them might not be a big concern here because they have like a consciousness of oneness. So they're not necessarily concerned about their individual, how people see them individually. They're more of the whole, if that's making sense. Yeah, and if they are if they take on other characteristics of Neptune, there could be a conflict in the workplace because they can come off delusional in the workplace and not really in touch with reality. They're so fluid. They have such a fluidity about them that they would be in and out of probably employment because they would go based on how they feel, and it's just kind of like the ocean. It will wash them into a business or a career or a job, and then they'll wash them back out. They're not feeling it anymore. They can really have that that little air about them that will drive other people crazy because it feels like they're not being sensible on how they operate, but it's a part of who they are, working with their intuition and their psychic abilities. Some places they know they need to be in, and they'll be there, and then they know when their time is up and it's time for them to flow into somewhere else. So yeah, Chiron being in the 10th house, there was a trauma or maybe a wounding where somewhere in your life you had a reputation of being a certain way, and it was probably positive, and people pat you on the back about it. You could have been the best athlete, you get the best spelling bee winner, whatever that might have been. And you probably had a grown person, or maybe other children, somebody came around and kind of knocked you off that pedestal and caused a trauma wound where you become very you can become sensitive or have insecurities about having that type of status again. Being able to be in your full potential, at scaling to the highest level that you can scale. You probably see it and you want it. You see it and you want it, and it's in you. But then you have to get through a lot of this wounding that comes up every time you try to take the first step. Unfortunately, that wounding is going to be there. And that doesn't mean that wounding was there to keep you down and not reach your full potential. It's there to build resilience and to help you validate yourself to reach that full potential. And chances are as you're growing and learning and integrating some of the, and healing from some of that wounding, you will possibly pick occupations that also help people heal from their wounds as well. So we made it to the end. Thank you for all from watching and being here through this series. And thank you for being here. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been watching this whole series, thank you very much. And I hope that you are liking it, commenting, because I would love to hear from you. Share it with someone that may need this information. Also, I do personal natal readings. So head over to the link in the bio and let's schedule a time to meet. I would love to go through your natal chart and help you see what's going on. And I will talk with you soon.